Save Point City's Mitch's Mega Man. I don't know why I got it confused. I don't stream as often as I used to, so I'm like, yeah.
Wait a minute.
I stream one game a week. And last week we had a little Misfortune, and that one, oh my god! I mean, I'm adding that to the list. I'm adding that to the big ass list we got going today. We got a big ass list going. Oh, dude, that one threw me for a loop. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how Gangmito tricked me.
Oh no, did she?
It's good. It's really good. She tricked me. It's pretty funny. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about that. But hey, Amanda, you're here today.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I'm here every day.
Yeah, sometimes we have other people on, and today's not one of those times.
Nope.
No, it is not. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. This is one of those nots. So, first of all, I just wanted to say real quick, thank you all so much for coming every week to another episode of Mitch's Mega Minute. This is a fun little show where we get to talk about all sorts of crazy stuff and the things that are happening, and it's been really hard to run Mitch's Mega Minute this last year. It's been like super hard to do it this last year because instead of going into the channel news today, I'm going to talk a little bit about something that happened this week. Not to, because I don't want to get like political and shit like that. That's not why you guys are here. You guys are here for us to talk about fun games and anime and stuff,
and distract you
and distract you from that stuff. But I'm so curious. I'm so curious about our fans. I want to know how you guys are doing, because fuck it. I'm gonna switch the image over. I had a really interesting Wednesday. And I think that I don't want to obviously make this the whole show. That's not the point of this. Amanda, we haven't really had a chance to talk, but we were actually finding stuff out together in a chat between me, you, and a couple of our friends.
Yeah.
We were finding that stuff out live. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat so that I can see what you guys have to say. Insane Oddball says it's a party in the USA. Yeah.
Every day is a party in the USA.
I never thought I'd see this image. I never thought.
Yeah, it's a really crazy fucking image, because I brought it up like the other day, because you and I are both history nerds, but this hasn't happened in like 200 years.
Yeah, like it was a weird day. It's a weird day for everyone.
Not since 1812, when the Canadians invaded. Once again, very weird sentence. Can I say, and maybe behalf of most people, I'm really tired of living through historical events. Can we just take a break? I think I've gotten enough stickers on my coupon. Can I go home now?
Yeah, Josh said the other day, he said this thing the other day that was like, we lived through two horrible, like, once in a generation, like, economic, like, depressions. And like
two once in a generation economic depressions. A national tragedy way back when we were kiddos, and then another huge national tragedy. In fact, internationally tragic. Fucking bullshit going on right now. And then this. I'm really tired of living through historical events. That's like what? That's 5 or 6. I don't want one more for my free fucking shake. I'm good. I want to go home.
No, dude, I feel it. I feel it, and I know that because I canceled the show on Thursday. I was so like emotionally drained. Because I got home from work. I was at work when it started, and I got home from work, and a big thing with me was I just called my dad, and we were just sitting there looking at the news for like hours. For like 3 hours, we just sat there and we were just seeing what was happening, you know?
Oh yeah.
And obviously, like, if you do not live stateside, then I am also super curious about what you have, what was your perspective on this, you know? Because we have a couple
Oh
friends who
yeah.
don't live stateside, and that's also scary for them.
Yeah, I think one of our friends said that they got sent a message that just says condolences from our Canadian friend. My condolences for what's going on right now. And I'm just like, well, thank you. Okay.
Well, all I know is that people, I think, because I literally was just playing Monster Hunter Rise, the demo of Sora, and we're going to talk more about that later in the show. But Sora and I were talking about it too, and he's worried, and I'm worried. You know, I don't know. There's rumors, whispers in the dark about something happening on the 17th, and so we'll see. I'm hoping it's wrong. I'm hoping that every time I say shit like that it's wrong and it's not going to happen. But I don't know. We'll find
Oh
out.
God, I hope not. Jesus.
Ugh.
I do know that because I think was it you who sent me it? Or was it somebody in my other chat? But somebody sent me a video of the people after this happened that were leaving and they were flying back home, and I guess the pilot threatened to land the plane mid-flight if they didn't knock their shit off.
Really?
Mhm.
What were they doing?
Chanting.
Chanting?
Chan Chanting and causing a ruckus in the plane, not listening to any instructions. Most of them weren't wearing masks, and the pilot ended up, like, yelling at them over the intercom, and, they all turned into a bunch of Karens because, ironically, it was on, American Airlines.
I love the idea whenever like I don't know why, and this is kind of weird. Whenever like you get a bunch of like white people together, I don't know why, but it's never a song like Macarena. It's always How I Beat Shaq by Aaron Carter. That's the song that always blasts in my mind when like they're partying. I don't
How I
know.
Beat
Yeah,
Shaq.
How I Beat Shaq. Boom, boom, my hand in the hoop like slam.
What? I've never heard
You've
that
never heard
song.
the song? Oh, dude.
No, I've
Oh,
never heard that song.
hang on.
When did it come out? I might have been like fucking neck deep in my fucking like
I
going into goth phase and refused to listen to anything else
hang
other
on.
than like
I gotta make sure that this isn't
punk
gonna
and
like.
goth music.
I gotta make sure this isn't gonna blast into the podcast. Here. I'm gonna have you listen to this real quick. Okay? I'm gonna have you listen to that real quick. Like, look at the thumbnail. And I'm also gonna send it. I was gonna send it to the Discord. I'm gonna put
Whose
it
child is this?
I'm gonna put it in Casual Crossing so that people know we're live too.
So is Aaron Carter still like a musician?
No, I think he got canceled. The song came out in 2000. I was 8 years old. But like, listen to that real quick. I can't listen to it because obviously
Oh.
So
Oh, why
anyway,
is he rapping?
you didn't expect that, did you?
No, I thought, wait, doesn't Aaron Carter like sing?
No, I mean he does.
But
Kind of. He kind of sings. it's a little back and forth. Point is, I don't know why, but that's always like the song I think of whenever I like see like a big congregation of like white people all partying and like
These
dancing.
are ironically, sorry, I can barely hear you over these sick beats. These are very wrinkly preteens. Aaron Carter looks like every time he opens his mouth really wide that he's aged 50 years.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
The 2000s were like a weird time. Anyways, the point is, so a weird thing happened on Wednesday. And I know that it's really hard to sit here, and I had a conversation with Gang Moto, and it's really hard to sit there and try to be like, hey guys, time to do a show the day after. Like it was like a really weird choice to if we wanted to go forward. So I'm like, nah, fuck it, let's just take a day off. I can't. There are times where like I can't do a show because it feels weird, and I don't want to do a show if it feels weird, unless obviously you guys want to see a show where I'm emotionally distant. Anyways, that's enough of that.
This child barely comes up to Shaquille's fucking belly button.
Yes, I know.
This is a bad song.
It's the song I think of.
Why? Who thinks of this song?
People in the 2000s. Okay, anywho,
I'm so sorry. I do not mean to keep interrupting. But I clearly skipped this whole mindset when I was a child. Was Aaron Carter like a big deal?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like all over like Radio Disney and like Nickelodeon and shit like that. Like he was a big deal. He was also like the younger brother of like another pop star, I think. Or Jimmy Carter. One of
those. Or Jimmy Carter. Yeah, one of those situations. Once again very sorry for interrupting. I just feel like I'm out of the loop for a certain like an entire generation of music and pop culture.
That's the song that blasts in my mind whenever I see them like partying down, down, O-town. Anyways, on a completely different note, real quick, if you guys for the YouTube video, if you guys can do me a favor, leave some comments down below. Let me know where you were, what your thoughts were, because I know I was at work and that was an incredibly stressful moment, and watching everyone immediately stop coming in was interesting. Anyways, on a completely much lighter note, right before the stream today, Sora and I played Monster Hunter Rise's demo. I didn't know that there was only 30 times that you could play online with other people, so that was interesting to learn. This time around on Monster Hunter, I'm playing with the hunting horn. Pretty good. The game feels really solid. The game looks really solid. It looks like a Monster World Light, which the map is, I feel like, a lot easier to digest than Monster Hunter World was, and I feel I blame the not blame, but I thank the limitations of the Switch for that. Some parts of the ancient forest were a little rough to get around, especially when you start climbing the trees and stuff like that. I personally got lost. I know a lot of people who did get lost at that section. The hunting horn feels great. I have not tried the other weapons yet, only because I'm planning to play exclusively hunting horn with my friends. I wanna be the support player, the big heavy axe support player for the game. Amanda, definitely download that. We should definitely give it a shot. See how you feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you still listening to How I Beat Shaq?
No, I decided to Google Aaron Carter and what he's been up to. He still does stuff. Life has not been kind to Aaron Carter. I don't know. Maybe it has. His face tells a different story.
Well, on a completely different note, I actually beat Hades. I beat Hades, the boss. I only beat the game one time. Gotta beat the game multiple times, as it turns out.
Oh, so he's a professional rapper now. That's all he does.
He's a professional rapper.
Yeah, he's a professional rapper. That's all he does.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah. So, I beat Hades. It's a great game, wonderful game. Nate has sucked this game's dick as hard as you can. I also tickled the ball sack of Hades. It's pretty good. It's really solid. This game it plays really, really good on the Switch. I was actually thinking about picking up a PC port. I've been doing that a lot lately. If there's a game that I really like, I will get the
Insane Oddball says, but did you rim it?
No. Anyway.
No, I don't like it that much.
That's right. No, Hades is good. Hades is a very solid game. I have a habit now of buying games twice if I really, really like it. I'll buy it on Steam, and then I'll buy it on the Switch if there is a port for it. Having a game mobile, it really changes something. It really changes things up. It's amazing how a game can change dramatically. Like the experience changes, because I played Disgaea 4 on the PS3 and on the Vita, and I love the Vita. Also, to be fair though, the Vita version was complete, so like it had all the DLC characters and you had the extra scenarios, and you had that weird thing where Matt Mercer came in to fill in the rest of the roles that Troy Baker wasn't there for. It was cool. Valvatore is being voiced by Troy Baker originally, and then obviously Matt Mercer coming in to cover him.
Isn't it crazy how fucking Matt Mercer has just taken his position?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's Jesus Christ! You sent me those. Oh my god! Jesus, these are not flattering photos.
Life has not been kind to Aaron Carter.
God damn, post those in the casual crossing for Save Point. Jesus, yeah. Jesus Christ.
In the first one, he kind of looks like the guy who does the voice of Iago from Aladdin.
Oh, jeez. Jesus
Gilbert
Christ.
Godfrey. There we go.
Gilbert Godfrey. Oh, God.
I always forget his name.
Anyways, also, we played a bit of Cyberpunk 2077. We did it for the show. And also, I played it with Amanda to the end of Act 1, beginning of Act 2, and then I uninstalled the game. It's not good. I wanted more, and I got less. And that's really upsetting to say. I actually was talking to Sora about this a little bit beforehand, and one of the things that he had mentioned was that his friends said it was like, oh, this is like Fallout 4, but Cyberpunk. And that destroyed all inklings of interest he had in the game, because a game by CD Projekt Red should not feel like a Bethesda game. And now all of a sudden it makes sense, because I didn't like Fallout 4. So why would I like this, you know? And then that's the thing. It's aesthetically really pleasing at moments in time, but I just feel like there should be more. There should be so much more, and I want to talk about a different Cyberpunk game later on in the podcast that has really captured my imagination. I mean, not Cyberpunk, but it's sci-fi and it's fun, and we're going to talk more about that later. But this game is such a fucking disappointment, and it's really upsetting. Not just the glitches, just the fact that like this had the potential to be a really ambitious project, and I think I just feel for everyone who was really looking forward to this game. I wasn't actually one of them. I didn't have any interest in the game. Like even from the screenshot I'm using for the video right now, like it looks like visually interesting. Like that guy looks cool. But then like you play the game and you realize you can never be as cool as that guy. And Insane Oddball says, Jesus Christ, what happened to this man? Referring to Aaron Carter.
The only thing I knew Aaron Carter from when I was younger was that a lot of like girls in my class had a crush on him, but that's all I ever knew about him. Once again, I was so out of the fucking loop. Like, I tried everything in my power to remove myself from like everything that was even kind of poppy at the time. So as far as I was aware, Aaron Carter was a Backstreet Boy?
I regret bringing Aaron Carter into this conversation.
I'm so sorry.
I regret it so much right now.
I'm so sorry.
Outside of Cyberpunk 2077, Gang Mudo showed me the game Little Misfortune. Fuck.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's not bad. It's really fun. I didn't know what to expect going into it, and like it the first few minutes I'm sitting in my chair and I'm just like it felt like the first couple minutes of Cats. It took me a minute to get used to the art style. It's not that the art style is bad, it's just that it's really unnerving if you're not into what they're trying to present, and I am not for any of it. And the game itself is really fun. It's really interesting. It's just a cute little game with some really, really dark implications and dark everything. You used to watch our content. You should definitely give that a shot if you haven't, if you find yourself wanting to listen to something, because that game, Jesus Christ.
And absolutely. And that's I'm down to fucking watch you guys go through that.
And that's all I'm gonna say on
okay,
Little Misfortune.
I am curious. You said that she tricked you. Did she tell you something about it? Or?
No. When I say she tricked me, it was more like it's not that she tricked me. It's more like I just had no idea what to expect. I had some inklings of what it could be. I didn't know the severity of it, if that makes sense. So like I knew, she told me that there was some dark aspects to it. I have to put a trigger warning before I upload this one. That's that. So
yeah, Franbo is another good one. Insane Oddball brought up, if you think that's bad, you should play Franbo.
It's not that I think it's like, oh my god, this is the most grotesque game ever. It's more like I wasn't expecting it. So it's like once you get into it, though, it is really fun. It is incredibly charming. I do like games like this. I do like little games where it's like I got the same vibes out of Deltarune or Undertale, or obviously if you remove the combat aspect and just do the puzzles, like that's the kind of vibe you get out of it, and I like games like that. But yeah, super fun. We're gonna complete that game next Thursday, or this upcoming Thursday. And I'm sorry everyone that I haven't been doing the schedules lately. The schedule got really weird because we got cancellations and reschedules and everything like that, and I didn't know what to write down because it fucked us up. So that being said, let's talk about my main topic tonight, which is I'm not sure if it's my main topic or if it's just the topic I really want to talk about. And I know it sounds like we're speeding through a lot of these. It's just kind of a shorter episode. I bought the Griftlands 2 days ago.
How have you been enjoying that?
This game is in early access. It's made by I think it's Klee. It's Klee Studios. It's the same guys who did Don't Starve. They did a couple others. I'm not really 100% familiar with their works. I'm not gonna lie. It's not necessarily a group that I would watch or not watch. But it's not a group that I am just accustomed to. I've never played Don't Starve. I picked this up on a whim. A lot of my favorite games end up being games I pick up on a whim. So this is a sci-fi card builder. In other words, you pick one of the three characters there: Sal, Rook, or Smith.
Right.
And you interact with and talk to you talk and interact with like all sorts of like these shady people on the outer rim of this sort of sci-fi world. And it's not that it takes place on different planets. In fact, it all takes place on the same planet. Every character has a different kind of section that they're interacting with. In fact, you run into a lot of the same NPCs across each of their scenarios.
I think they just react and interact with you differently, don't they? Based on your character?
Yes, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on the situation that they're thrown into. But the game is also a roguelike. So it's a roguelike RPG that's a deck builder for combat. And the game is so... Without meaning to, I think the game gives you so many options to handle situations. Like if you're Sal, you're a bounty hunter, and you work with all these people that give you jobs, and you can choose to negotiate with like people. You can convince them to like go away, or you can like talk them down in price. There's a lot of ways that they use the negotiation function, but there's also combat situations in which you can fight traditional RPG style fighting with card building elements, like a game like Slay the Spire, or trying to think of another one at the top of my head. I can't think of it. But the game essentially lets you fight your way through situations or negotiate your way through situations. And how you interact with your other players, you can bribe them to help like if you're in a room with a bunch of people, you can bribe a couple people so that they will stay out of it, or if they like you, they'll even help you. They'll help you deal with the situation. I'm definitely gonna play this game on the show. I want it. Unfortunately, each route takes a couple hours to do. If we're reading them out, and the reason I know that is because in order to show this game to you, Amanda, and to Nate and Diego and Josh, I've had us read off the dialogue.
Yeah.
It would take a couple hours to do, but I really, really love this game. It is right up my alley. It is so fun. It is so enjoyable. If you have not checked it out, I think it's $25 on Steam. It's coming to the Switch. It's sometime this year, but I don't know exactly when, and I know I'm going to buy a copy then because I want to support this game. It's still in early access, and the reason I know that is because I played to the end of Sal's story and it's not fully done. Sal was the most not Sal, Smith is the slug guy on the left, but I played all the way through his currently written scenario, and the game will update with more stuff later on, but there's a lot of replay value. Because it's a roguelike, every time you every time you die, you get experience, and that experience adds more or different kinds of sets of cards that the game constantly feels new. And on top of that, there's a lot of scenarios in which I'll be playing Rook, and I will run into missions or run into NPCs that I've never done on another route. Like every route except for some major events that have to happen on that storyline are completely different, and that makes the game so fresh and wonderful, and like I can just lose myself in Griftlands. We're gonna be playing this game at some point in the future. I really please, if you watch the show, please come check out that stream when we decide to do it. I'll let you guys know in advance. We'll start trying to get the schedule more together once everyone's schedules are a little bit more put together.
You know what game it reminds me of is that one sci-fi battle game you had. I cannot think of the name, but
Star Renegades.
Star Renegades. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
it reminds me of a lot.
Yeah. That's another really solid game. Like I really I want to see how it goes. Also, the little animations are so much fun. Everything about it's just really great. I can't sing this game's praises enough. Actually, because it's an early access, I feel like this is my Hades. The way that like Nate was trying to promote that game back when it was like in its infancy. I'm also trying to promote the fuck out of Grifflands.
Oh yeah.
The last topic before we go into questions today is this. Okay, so technically it's the second to last, outside of questions. Is last week, not this week, but last week we watched Battlebots and got drunk, and that shit was super fun.
I really want to do it again.
Well, we're gonna do it this upcoming Saturday. Because 2 more episodes I think will have come out, and so me, what was it? Me, you, Nate, Diego, Tabby, Josh, Derek, and Austin. We all got together and we just screamed for like 3 hours, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then I drew weird fucking BattleBots fan art.
True that.
While I was drunk, I just fucking started drawing human versions of the robots.
We would like bet, not like real bets. We would like, like place our wagers to see like who would win each round. Like we even made like little fake wrestling-esque fucking storylines, and it was a good time. It was a really solid time. If you have not checked out BattleBots, it is available on Amazon, although I do think you need to buy the seasons. I think that's how Josh is doing it. So and then the last topic for the night is I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost caught up with My Hero Academia. I got distracted with another book I actually picked up. I picked up 2 different books on one of my stops at Barnes and Noble. I'm trying to build a small library because I'm a nerd, I guess. Anyways, I'm chapter 248, so I'm less than 50 chapters away. I'm almost there. I'm almost a year.
God damn, is that one you showed us?
What do you mean?
That's not the Jedi one, is it?
The what? Oh, no. Chapter 248 of My Hero Academia. I bought 2 books.
Oh.
No, fuck that. I'm not reading the High Republic.
Oh, okay. I was like, God damn.
No, I'm chapter 248 of My Hero Academia. The series is it's getting somewhere. It's going somewhere. My Hero Academia introduced their own version of the Hulk, which was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. Very interesting ability, very solid all around. They also went into some villain backstories, which was like just the thing I've been wanting. Unfortunately for me, I've learned a very valuable thing about My Hero Academia, and that is, ironically, I saw the phrase, "It's time for the second round of work studies," and I sat there and I was like, great.
Thanks, Aiden.
I'm still having fun with it, don't get me wrong. I think it's just like we had some really interesting stuff happen, and I want to see more of that, and I'm almost caught up, hopefully. So the next time I talk about My Hero Academia, hopefully I can talk about, with spoilers, what's currently going on in the show or in the manga. And the anime is coming out in March, so totally not on the docket, but something I wanted to talk about just for a little bit before we go into questions.
Right.
Attack on Titan is ending April 7th. That is the last chapter date. There's only 3 more chapters, I think, and then that's over.
Damn.
And I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing how what the conclusion to this tale is. Um, so with that being said, we do have a couple questions and podcast topics we're gonna kind of talk about real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and just put up my channel emblem there for that. So our first one comes from Nextien. Have you heard of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim? It seems like a game you'd enjoy. I actually have, and it's on my list of games I want to get. It's on the PS4 right now. I think that's the only reason I haven't played it, is I haven't turned on my PS4 in a really long time. Like, I just bought Like a Dragon today, and I bought it for the PC. Like, I don't know why. I just haven't touched my PS4. I don't know what's up. The last time I think I played a game on the PS4 was Ghost of Tsushima. Like, that was like my like that one was like my big game moment. Last year I played a couple games on the PS4. I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I played Red Dead Redemption 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is the best game that came out on the console. Then Ghost of Tsushima, which also is an incredibly 100% solid game. So it's kind of hard for me to say like why I haven't touched it. I think it's just because there's different games I'm playing right now, and also I got really into my Switch and the ability to lay down and play a game.
Glorious.
Because right now, obviously, the PS4 is set up to the Office setup, so it's not really that comfortable, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, it's a game I'm definitely super interested in. It's the same art style, because it's Vanillaware. It's the same art style as Dragon's Crown and Odin Sphere, and so I'd be really interested in playing that game. It seems like something right up my alley. Mirror Archive says, so if you had roles in Persona 6, what do you think they should be? Wildcard, Secret God Boss, Velvet Attendant, a Persona user, or a normal social link? Oh, if we were roles in Persona 6. I think I'd be a social link. I'd be failed YouTuber.
Failed YouTuber, now Twitch streamer. Honestly, with how annoying my ass is, I'd probably be the unlikable animal character in the side. That's just like, hey, go to bed.
I want you to be like a scene kid panda bear. I think a scene kid panda bear. I think that's right up your alley. I think that's exactly where you
should... a fucking panda bear with one of those fucking haircuts that just cover the eye and then just goes down diagonally.
Right, and you're like smoking, like the emo kids from South Park. What is a game mechanic that if a game has it in it, but this one's Tech Turncoat, if a game has it will make the game better for you? Example, the support / social link system in the Fire Emblem games and Persona, and the Nectar conversations in Hades. What is a game mechanic that makes a game for you?
Oh God!
Recently, I got really into card builders. I got really so I bought a copy of Slay the Spire for my phone. It is not the best way to play that game, but it is a great game. I can lose myself in that one. I would say any game that lets you. So last year I got really into Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Any game that lets you combo with other characters outside of the party. The little setup they had for that game where you could like combo weakness after weakness, that's fun. That is so much fun. That is so good. I would also say any game that lets you, like, the more customization the better, not in like character customization, but what you can be. we've talked about this like with the fictitious game of Yggdrasil from Overlord,
Yeah.
where like they had so many options and stuff, and sometimes that can be a little overwhelming. But I think that like if you have a game that like lets you do a lot while also having, obviously I think the biggest problem is you then have to play a game that is worth playing with all that customization.
Oh yeah. They're very rare.
But like I think FF14 did it pretty well. Like obviously it doesn't have the level of Yggdrasil customization, but I think that like for what it has, I think it did a really good job of a narrative that kept me in.
Oh yeah.
Um
Very good.
I'd also say anything that has a tactics grid. I really like tactical grids. I also like turn-based RPGs. It's hard. I like a lot of things. I think one of my favorite dream games that if I could make a project game like right now, it would be like a stupid over the top fucking like Japanese to be the best punk game that's a turn-based RPG.
Oh my god.
I think that
So
if I could make a game right now,
Yakuza, but in a turn-based RPG.
yes, but like where it's like Final Fantasy, it's like old school Final Fantasy where like all your parties on one side, or like it's Final Fantasy X, and the idea is that like every character kind of has their own role, and I like the idea of like it's like, oh, it's like I'm your healer. Well, what do? I'm like your hype man, bruh. And he like carries a boombox, and then it just says Bard underneath him. I always liked that. I always thought that'd be such a cool thing because I love in Danganronpa, when you have those punk characters, it's always so over the top, and I think that would be like such a cool way to do it. Like, and like you could even do like really intricate stories and why they are the way that they are, and like I think that's like the perfect format for that kind of thing. Ironically, I say all this, and I think Like a Dragon just finished downloading, and apparently that is similar to what I just said. So like I think that would be like really cool. Like my dream game is something that's like, I love over the top stuff. Obviously I did fucking Revengeance over like Christmas break. Like I really loved that game. Christmas break, I make it sound like I'm still in school. For Christmas I did Revengeance, and like I love like stupidly over the top stuff because like I feel like, why not? Like have fun with it. I think it'd be really fun to watch. Like I think if like you build a game where it's like these like it's like, oh, why would anyone take like being like a punk in high school seriously, and then like it just keeps building. It's like the government's involved and like these punk wars have to end. Fucking all the people in Sakura-chan High, like they can't like
oh my god.
If the punks from there like keep beating up the other punks, like they'll like that school will all of a sudden be elevated higher, and the politician's son won't get the. You can do all sorts of dumb shit. Like just make it silly. I love ridiculous games. Make it silly. Make it ridiculous. Have fun with it. It's a game. Like I understand the importance of grounding things. Like when you want to have like something really serious and really like really meaningful, but also you can do that with something that's over the top. Have like the friendship between men that also have that dramatic kind of vibe. Like you could do all sorts of crazy dumb shit with that. Like I don't know. It's I feel like people want to build like these games that mean a lot to people, and they don't want to be too silly. But like one of the best games that exists ever is Undertale. A game that embraces silliness.
Oh yeah.
But also knows when to make it serious. So, I'm sorry, I totally took that question. What about you? What's a mechanic that you can't do with that?
Honestly, just because a lot of games involve it, if I have to have characters that tag along with my character, please, for the love of God, make them useful. Make them even kind of useful. Elizabeth, when she first came out for BioShock Infinite, was something that shocked the fuck out of me. Because she's just like, "Oh, here's some health. Here's ammo. Here's more weapons. Here's this. Here's that. Do you need anything else? No? Great. I can't fight right now, so I'm gonna go hide. Or I can fight right now, so I'm gonna fight with you. And if I can't help, then I'm just gonna go fuck off." And I'm like, "Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, God." Honestly, if I have to have a tag-along, please, please make them useful. I can't deal with any more fucking whiny tag-alongs anymore. I will just put the game down. I don't wanna do it anymore. I am not a babysitter. Please, no more.
Hmm. I feel that.
Uh,
I feel that.
Other than that, just quality of life shit. I don't wanna go through 20,000 menus just to get to one thing. Just make shit easy to access, fucking, and doable.
You know what I would like?
Mm.
A sort button in the PC and Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's a quality of life
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah, honestly, can I sort my Pokemon by level?
Can I sort them by
That'd be
type?
nice.
Or like
And type? Or fuck, alphabet? Just alphabeticals. Can I sort them like how the fucking Pokédex sorts shit?
Yeah.
Please?
The last question comes from your archives, and it just says crawfish, just crawfish.
What the fuck, Mirror? Crawfish.
It comes from Mirror plays D&D with us on on Saturdays, and it's a fun little reference to the fact that they we're talking a lot about New Orleans food, some of the coolest food in the world. Such a niche little area. Anywho, that pretty much does it today for today's episode of The Minute. If you guys have any comments or questions you want to leave us, go ahead and join us on our Discord or leave the comments on the YouTube video. And we will go ahead. Like, I know this episode's a little on the shorter side. I guess it's not, because we did fill out the full 50, almost an hour. So, this is a standard episode, I guess. We just had a lot of topics. Yeah. Lots of topics today. But yeah, also if there's any games you think that we should check out, let me know. Like I said, I'm really loving the Grifflands, and I'm gonna start. Sora recommended me Like a Dragon, so I picked it up, and I'm gonna start playing that. I'm hoping it's exactly what I just described, actually.
With any luck.
Could you imagine a game with what's his name, like Owada from Danganronpa, where it's like Revengeance? And like
do you mean Mondo?
Yeah, Mondo Owada.
Yeah.
Where you're in an RPG with like other people, and it's, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of the night. We will catch you guys over the course of the week. Catch us on Tuesday for more Persona 4. Thursday to finish Little Misfortunes, and we'll continue doing what we're doing. We're going to start bringing fighting games back. Sora wants to start doing fighting games again. We're going to start doing that. Anyways, guys, take it easy. Catch you later.
Catch you later.